Hey everybody, it's Ed. Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a very quick video on something that I find it seems to be really exciting to me when I didn't think it would be on the Note Max. And we're going to talk about it because the same function was on the Note Air 4C, and I showed it in the 4.1 beta software there, which is the Infinite Note. And I wasn't as excited. I mean, I did like the concept of the pins. I liked the concept of a lot of the other things that it had going for it. I liked the fact that it was a little bit different than your traditional infinite note or scrolling note because it allowed you to go in multiple directions. Now, to be fair, you start on the top left. So we'll see that in the demo. But you start there and then you can proceed in any direction, right or down, and that's how you can go. You can go those directions. You cannot go further left or further to the top. It doesn't do that. So it's not really an infinite canvas when you think of it that way. The idea of an infinite canvas is you can start wherever you want, and then you can navigate in any direction you want to kind of build out in a mind map type like pattern. But this, I think, is as close as you're going to get to that on one of these devices, at least so far. Now, I could be wrong. It also does a similar thing to what you can do in Atelier on the Supernote, where you can zoom out, you can zoom out to about 50% of the total size, or you can zoom in. I haven't quite figured out how far you can zoom in. I know at least 200%. So again, you can manipulate that canvas and you can do a lot of things. So it's not going to be on the whole 4.1 beta update. We're going to talk a little bit about how much I like the new layout. I like that it's in line now with my Note Air 4C. I like that it has I can really kind of customize that experience, and I'm working towards that of having the devices pretty much identical in layout and the way that I function with them, because to me that then makes it into the beginning of an ecosystem to where it doesn't matter what device I do something on, I can then go to the other device and do that same thing. Still trying to figure out how to sync the library and some of the other components. BOOX doesn't make that exactly clear, but without any more saying about that, or without any further context, let's go ahead and jump in. Let's look at these couple of things on the 4.1 software, and we'll talk through it. So I will see you here in a second. All right, so here we are back with the Note Max, and this 4.1 beta, I'm really happy to see this on the device. I've been running 4.1 on the Note Air 4C for a while, and I really do like that configuration. I like the way it's set up. I like the way it works. And it's not vastly different. I mean, my home screen still looks the same. The fact that I've got different widgets over here on the side, all of that's still the same. And I really like the launch screen, plus being able to use my type of experience. So if you look at my phone screen, if you look at the Note Air 4C and how it was configured, you're going to see a very similar vibe. But there are a few things I still haven't added in, like some of my work icons. But overall, all of these things here are the way that I would normally have them. And I really do like that about this particular platform, that I can customize it and get it to where I have the things the way that I would like to see them. You know, a lot of times you just see simple apps. I do groupings. I find that helpful. And then I also am still in the process of tweaking all of the toolbars, but I do like these quick note pieces that pop up. This is a 4.1 edition. I don't find myself using it a lot, but it's nice to have it there in case I want to use it. But one thing I do want to draw out is, and I talked about this a little bit on a live stream I did when we hit 3,000 subscribers, but is this infinite note, and specifically the pen. So you can have all of these different pens. You can create a note in any direction. And the way that I look at this is as a mind mapping tool. And I think it would be really valuable in that context. So, in being able to move around now, I do think that you have to start, and I haven't tested this yet, but we can test it while we're here. So, I don't think you can move any further to the left. So, wherever you start, you're going to start top left. You can't then expand top left, if that makes sense. I can't draw or drag the note and go further up or further to the left. So that is a little bit of a limitation, only because if I'm drawing something in the middle and I want to do offshoots, I kind of have to pick a starting point to do that. So specifically for a mind map, I might want to come over here and expand this node out in a further direction. And you see how that keeps expanding there the more that I move it out, and it keeps getting bigger. Well, it keeps getting as big as it, and there it goes. It moved again. So I have all of this canvas now, and then I might want to go somewhere in the middle here, and then we'll go ahead and get rid of this pin so we can smart lasso that and delete it. And it's not actually getting rid of the pin. Well, it did. It got rid of the words and the pin itself. So that pin is gone now. But what I can do, and by the way, small aside here, I love the Naviball. I know a lot of people don't like it, and I've kind of set mine so that it's not intrusive. If I go over here, it's actually right there. And it pops up. Now, if I don't touch that for 5 seconds, watch what it does. It goes back away. So it's not there all the time, but it's there if I want it to be. And then I just touch it again. And then I set this up with all of my most used things, whether that's notebooks, in my case, whether that's FreeMark, just a lot of different things you can do with it. So anyway, that's kind of a fun thing for me. I did this on my Note Air 4C too. So the Naviball stays down there, and then after 5 seconds, it goes ahead and hides itself. Keeps it out of my way. I'll probably recustomize this toolbar at some point just because I want to have that floating toolbar in a little bit better format. And then one thing I did here too, and actually that's not there. The refresh is up here on this side. So I go ahead and refresh. You're still getting the ghosting even on this 4.1 update. I'm hoping that they get that taken care of. But for right now, it is what it is. So I've gotten that kind of middle space here. And so I would go ahead and draw a node. So let's go with try and draw the best oval I can. There we go. And then I will try to straighten that up a little bit. It doesn't seem, oh, there we go. So straighten that up a little bit. And now I can draw on this node. So I'll just put central idea. So that's my main idea. And then I can draw over here, and that should create an arrow. Looks like it actually just drew a line, but that'll work for now. Go ahead and finalize that line, draw one over here, straight line. I'm at 50% already. So we'll pull this over. I'll go ahead and draw another oval. There's that. And I can clean up my lines later if I want to, and I can resize all of this. And I'll put idea 1, and then I'll move over here, and we will draw our oval, and then we will go ahead and do idea 2. And we'll actually, let's go ahead and make this central idea 1. Okay. So now why did I do that? So now I'm going to drop a pin. So I'm going to push right here, and I get this menu, and I can drop a pin. Now what I can do, instead of saying pin 2 like I have here, I can go ahead and let me get into my handwriting tool here. So we'll get into that, and I want to go ahead and get rid of this. So I'll clear that out, and I will do central idea 1 so that it matches the text that I have. Central idea 1, say okay. Now I've got that little pin, and when I come over here, I have central idea 1. So the idea being now that I can be completely done with this. So I want to go all the way back over here, and I want to go down here, and now I want to go and draw my oval, and we want to call this one central idea 2. And we won't draw the nodes on this one, but we'll again hold down get that menu, say pin, we'll say pin, clear that out, central idea 2. And now what you're going to see, say okay, is that when I go to those pins, there they are, right there in line, really easy to use. I actually really do like the way that this looks and the usability of it. I like that they're doing something different than the infinite canvas on the Remarkable platform, which again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I think it works as well. But what you're missing on that platform is it's very much up down. It's very much vertical. You're going in that same direction. You don't have any real variability. Yes, you can do the line and select below and then put something in there. But what if you want to put something out to the side? You don't have that option. What if you want to create nodes or something like that? You don't have that option. Here, you can create this vertical or horizontal, and then you have that infinite canvas. And then, of course, if you press here, you now get an even bigger canvas to write on. So it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. And I just wanted to walk through that and kind of show you from my standpoint why this was a useful tool. And I'm going to do a lot more when it comes to the 4.1 update. I've got a bunch of videos in the works. It's just a really busy time at work, so I'm not going to have a lot of time to get these out until probably late August, and be able to, I'll be able to get some videos out, but just not a ton. But for here, another example of something you can do in this infinite note that's different is I can do a voice note. So right now we're creating a voice note and we're saying whatever we want to say about Central Idea 2. This is going to be great. It's going to be really important. And then I can stop that recording. And now that recording is right. Undo. I'll undo that. I'll go ahead and circle this and say that I want that to actually be right here under Central Idea 2 so that it's there. And then if I go and I press on that, I could actually play it and be able to see it. So there it is. It's playing. Of course, my volume's down. I'd have to turn that up. But now I have that voice note that is there as well. So a lot of functionality here. I can add in a text box if I want to. So I can go ahead and draw my text box and I can put hello, this is text. Now it might not catch that underline, but it did. And now I can go ahead and resize that. And I can do some different things with formatting if I want. But again, that text box now is movable, selectable. I can do different things with it. Get it out of the way here. But it just shows you the versatility of the platform and what it's capable of. And to me, that's where BOOX kind of shines, is just in the sheer amount of things you can do and being able to figure out the way to incorporate that into your workflow. You know, you may want to add here, on the wrong thing here. Let's go back to my pen. This is where you get kind of lost in your menus here. Again, death by menu when it comes to BOOX a little bit. So I had to get out of the text tool, go back into the pencil tool, which I'm in again now. Let's say I want to draw something else here. I draw something here. I can add a shape in, and now I scribble something there. And these ideas just begin to flow and begin to move and go in all different directions. That's the versatility of the platform. And then you can add links. You can just do so many things with this device and with this ecosystem. It's just really getting yourself to understand what you want to do, how you want to accomplish it, and furthermore, I think the biggest piece, which is, do you need it? What are the things that you need to have happen? And remember, there isn't actually text tied to these pins. So here you'll see that there's a pin there, but it's not actually tied to the text itself. I just put that there as a name so that I would be able to have both, but I don't technically have it. So if I go here to my eraser, well, if I go here to my eraser, yes, I know, and then I get rid of this, you'll notice that the pen is still there. And if I go over to my menu here, the pen is still there, and it's going to center that if I select it. And then I can also go to my first pen that was way over here for Central Idea 1, and then back to Central Idea 2. A lot of really good functionality here. All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging in with this video. I think that one thing that hopefully you've taken away from this is I am excited about everything now being on 4.1. Yes, it is a beta still here on the Note Max, but it's a very important move for the BOOX platform. This idea of unification and contextual unification even is really important. And we didn't go through the entire 4.1. I'm kind of waiting to go through the final reviews on these devices and even the final review of the Supernote Digest until they get their stable releases. I really want to make sure that I'm giving you the best information I can. And for this Note Max, I think that they're pretty close on the Infinite Note and what it's going to look like. So I showed that. And the home screen. I think that is going to be pretty stable at this point. And the home screen didn't get a ton of upgrades when it comes to a change, at least on the Note Max, from what it was on the I think it was 3.8 software. That didn't change a ton. But the other components really did. The toolbars, the way they collapse, all kinds of different things. So I'm going to wait and see the contextual lasso tool where you can have those contextual pop-ups with all of the things that you can do there, and hopefully being able to customize that further, that experience. It's not quite Supernote level, but it's getting really, really close. And I think if they get that down, it's going to be a really good experience, and it's really going to help them kind of show off the capabilities of the device more. But again, I don't want to get too far into the weeds on that until they've finalized that design. But I do believe that they've come really close to finalizing the Infinite Notes. And I did want to show my buddy David over at Tablet Tech did a really good job of talking about the Infinite Note and showing how it can go in multiple directions. And I wanted to show there are some limitations. You can't go up and you can't go to the left, but I don't think there are limitations in how far you can go to the right side and then down. And the pins, to me, are one of the most attractive features, because if you think of this as one notebook, and I don't know how big this thing would get or how much space it would take, I also am always very worried about one giant note, always have been. But if you want to work that way and you're backing it up correctly, and backing it up in multiple places so you can avoid having corruption, it could be really cool because of the fact that you can drop a pin anywhere on that notebook to be able to get back to that space on that notebook. You can just scroll over really quick and create a whole new note somewhere else and drop a pin on it and go back to that. That's really, really cool and really powerful and can keep you in flow in a way that even a traditional note has more trouble with, because of the fact that you're having to turn pages, add pages, create pages. Here, you just swipe with two fingers and you move. You move over to the side, and then you think and you put a little pin there that says, hey, this is topic A, B, or C. And now you have that rolling table of contents. It's pretty powerful in the way that they're implementing that. But anyway, thank you again. You'll see my patrons going right up here on the screen. All of you who are supporting me on Patreon, I completely appreciate it. If you are a YouTube insider, thank you so much for your support. You're going to be scrolling here as well. Also, as a reminder, we have surpassed 3,000 subscribers. Thank you to each and every one of you who have helped me hit that milestone. Check out our merchandise, check out my online course, check out in the description all of the different things that are going on with the channel. Any support, any likes, subscribes, comments, just engage. If nothing else, drop me a comment. Tell me you like the content. Tell me something I can improve. Tell me something that you would like to see. All of that is valuable, and I appreciate it no matter what it is. So until next time, thank you so much. Keep on moving forward, and we will talk to you soon. Bye now.